Hi guys, today we are going to learn React Basics, not basic. We are implementing get and post API using useState and Axioms. Axioms is nothing. It is a third-party library for calling APIs and post APIs. Get API means getting the data from a server, and post API means posting the data to a server and display it in our code. First, we can create a React project. For that, npm create white at the rate latest. Sorry, spelling mistake is there. Latest. Then project name Paul. I am giving Paul as a name. Select React from it and select JavaScript from it. Install dependencies. So it will be taking little bit time. Wait for that. Wait. It will be implementing. For that, we can go to that project directory. Yeah, this implemented, and we can go call that cmd here. From that, it will be opening in. We have to open it in code space code dot. We have to give for open it in Visual Studio Code, or you can select it from folder. Here, React project is running successfully. First, we have to take this URL and paste it in any browser. You can specify any browser. Yeah, this code I will be explaining first. In app.j, in app.js, it is specifying hero image. That hero image is happening here first. Then React logo. React logo is happening here. Then white logo. White logo is happening here. Then get started h1 edit src. This has been coming, and a button is implemented. This is a button. Count is 0. That means here cost count, set count, and using the use state method, it is specified that first initialize it is as 0. Then we'll be going this on count is incrementing. Why? Because in button click, on click, it is specified set count is increment to 1. If I give me this to -1, see this decrementing. Okay, these are implemented using some tags and all by using this one. For this application, we don't need this code. We can remove this unnecessary codes. Then we can implement h1 tag react API example. That is coming. Yeah, that has come. Then here user set user use state. We have to specify it as an array. Then import Axioms is installed in our directory. For any third-party library we are using, we have to install that in our project. For that, npm install Axioms in terminal. Visual Studio Code terminal. I am giving this. It has installed. Then I am import that Axioms to it. Import Axioms from Axioms. Then I am implementing two buttons. One for fetch API, fetch users. One for post API. Post. For post, we have to specify same type of state. For that, set post user, comma, set post user equal to use state and specifying null in that. Only one data will be returned. For that, for fetching the user, then come to again two buttons are coming, post user, fetch user and coming. Then we have to specify a function const fetch user equal to async try const response equal to await assumes dot get. I am giving a mock API. JSON placeholder mock API is there. You can get it from JSON placeholder mock API. Then set user response dot data. Then catch should be there. Error. Error. Oh, sorry. Error. This is error. Alert and this error to that. This simple error. Now we can call that a function in on button on click function, on click method. On click fetch user. First we can specify it is an error that has been removed from the fetch user. See, assumes error request failed with status code fix. We have changed that S is there. No error is having, but no data is displayed. Why? We not specify the data in our template. For that, here user dot map. Map is not nothing. It is iterating the data from top to end, like and follow. If user, we can specify this in an unordered list. Like user dot name. See, when we click on fetch user, the data is displayed. Fine. Then we can go for post request. I'll explain this code once more. First we have specified user, set user, use state specify it is an array, and from that set we specify a function from asynchronous. It will be calling an API using try catch method. In try const response await. Await means waiting for that API to complete. Then set user response to data. Then catch. That means error. If any error is coming, that catch will be catch that error and display it as an alert. Then on button click we will be calling that function, and from the unordered list user.map it is iterating until it is end. The data is end. Okay, then we can go for const post user, sorry, font spelling is mistake. Font post user equal to async. This is the way. Try fonts response equal to await assumes dot post. We have to specify that URL, comma, specify type. Title Louis, comma, body, 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 pineapple, comma, user ID, user ID is to 1. For this, also mockb is there. Catch error alert error. For the mockb, this is the mockb. JSON placeholder typecode dot slash post. This can be you can find it from JSON placeholder. Yeah, that is completed. On click, on click, same way. Post user, specify that function. Then h2 post content. Here we can give any type p1. Sorry, after this post, set post user response response dot data. Here p1 tag, tag post user. Sorry, p1 not p1, p tag paragraph post user. He came here. Post user has been post. Change the post because once post here we can specify, we can console it. Response dot data and post is click. Sorry, we need to run again. Oh, sorry. npm run dev. here we can run, no problem. In VS Code we can run that, no problem. Better. We can say what is the error. Post user is not a function. Post. Okay. Okay. For that, post user and then should be given here. Yes, coming. Type title. Okay, fetch user. We can run it again. Npm run dev. Yeah, fetch user and post content user is coming, and click on fetch user. It is coming fetch data fetch from that, and post user taking post that is coming. Yeah, here post user keying that first time it is null, then only when click on button only the data is coming. So that is why post user here has specified as and symbol. It is an alternate expression. We can specify that in more detail. Thank you for the day. Thank you.